I wonder how many times I have started a stream and I've had the mic off. I would say at least 91.435%. That's how many times. It's redonkulous. So, it's been a while, and I don't know what I'm doing today, except I'm going to do some Go stuff. So, especially, and I'm wiping my nose so I catch all the coronavirus particles clearly. Let's bounce to this. Here's my database. I'll be working with that in a minute, but let's just talk about Goland at first here. And starting up on the other screen, bringing it over here. Nyan Cat is hauling ass with the toast, the pink toast. And we're going to get started here. Now for real. Okay, that is something. Let's start a new project. Close and start new project. Okay. A Hitchhiker's Guide to Goland. I'm not going to do that stuff, but let's say we just start a new project. I added some other stuff. So just like with other JetBrains tooling, you can make all sorts of projects within the IDE itself. Kind of based around the idea of what IntelliJ is. IntelliJ is like a Java IDE, but you can write Node.js in it, Python, whatever, a whole bunch of stuff. But then there's the specific IDEs, in this case, Goland by JetBrains, which is specifically focused around Go. And by proxy of that, for example, I can start this project. I'm going to call it the Astra CLI, maybe. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. No, let's do this. Let's say Astra, Better Botz Astra. Better Botz Astra CLI. And actually, we're going to make it super long name. Management CLI. Yeah. Big old thing. Okay, so now there's this GoPath thing. I'm not really sure what this has to do with anything because I want to use modules. I'm going to enable modules. And that kind of invalidates the need for this GoPath because I don't have a system GoPath installed. I have 1.13. something, which if I pull up iTerm, we can take a gander at real quick. Let's see, what does it go? V? No, go. Haggishunk. Haggithunk. Yo, dude, what's up? How you doing?
Hi, Travis.
Jinglish says, hi, Travis. How do you get a version out of this? No, you go V? No, I just did it. Go version. There, that's how you do it. Okay, just go version. How are you, dude? How's the working from home thing going? Are you working from home? I'm going to assume for the next like 6 months that everybody is just working from home, is working remotely. His response is, well, hello, Joe Dog. He's sitting over on the office couch, chilling. Came to pick up the Brompton case for some Brompton cycling off to, I don't know. Where are you going?
DC.
Oh, DC?
Yeah,
Oh, that bike's been there already. My bike's been there, and the case.
but not New York.
This is true, not New York. I'm jealous. I need to go to New York. Okay, so starting this project. Goland IDE, again. Nyan Cat's running. That is a plugin. I highly suggest getting the Nyan Cat plugin. Unlike npm install, it doesn't like actually slow down anything. It's just the status bar. It shows up on all the status bars. And the Nyan Cat is just much more of a morale boost than like a purple status bar. So anyway, probably gonna start exclusively. Yeah, I highly recommend working from home. It is the shit, or the bee's knees if you're a boomer, or something like that. Can I say that? Is that bad? Is somebody get really mad that I said boomer? Either way. Here's a song called The Eye of Terror. On that note. So that's gonna get super loud. I'm gonna have to turn it down some. That was way too loud. Oh, this is, holy shit, listen to that. This is one of the best new songs on Pretzel Rocks, whatever it's called. I like it. Well, I could add some death metal vocals to this. It'd just be groovy stuff. All right, so anyway, Better Botz Astra Management CLI. It's in there, like I said, I'm using Go, I don't even remember what I just did, 113.4, so kind of sort of the latest thing, I think. Warhammer 40K, yes! And I just realized there's a grindcore band called Bolt Thrower, specifically focused around all Warhammer 40K stuff. Because Bolt is like the guns that they use, like the main Space Marines or whatever. And I was kind of floored by that. I didn't realize, I should have realized, they always have Space Marine artwork on their albums. But yeah, that's who Bolt Thrower is. They're a Warhammer 40K band, which is kind of badass. Okay, so 113 Go, then that, and then I also have Cobra installed, right? So I can go in and say, what is it, Cobra init? I just do that. Oh shoot, I don't remember the. All right, let's look it up because I've just completely spaced on it. Goland, Cobra. I should have this memorized by now, considering how many CLIs I've already written. Yeah, Bolt Thrower, the song Bolt Thrower. Yes, Bolt Thrower. So in here, in docs, I know right where it is in the docs, using the generator, and then you go to this page, and this gives you all the info about this part. That's what I need. Okay. Init. Package name. Oops. GitHub.com/ put this in Adrian. Actually, yeah, I'm going to capitalize it like I have it because I'm crazy. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this, see if it works. I know with the other modules I had, the casing actually became an issue, which is freaking annoying. So be careful with that stuff. So I'm going to add that, and then let's call it Better Botz Astra Management CLI. There. Oops, let's get in there. Better Botz. No, I did that like there would be something there. Oh, what? What happened? Come on. Oh, there we go. Do it here. Oh god, that means I have that file sitting out there in the root now. But anyway, okay, we have it here. So if I do go build, I don't have anything in here yet. There's command, root, and main. So this will show you what you get. So I'm going to do this, leave that. I'm going to put my name in it. Rationcode.com. You can actually email me here. That's not like a spam email. That's not there yet, but we can do this, I think. Let's do go build. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, oops. There we go. So that's all there. And if we come into root, yeah, see, it doesn't have a run, but it should build. So what's it fussing about? Cannot do an absolute path. Oh, do a relative path. There you go. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Go build, right? And then we have our binary. Yep, Better Botz CLI. Boom. There's our hello world. Basically, it says the generate thing says you need to have some type of subcommand or something else built into it at this point. So I'm also going to add the configuration and just do a basic go build so I can do the run and debug of the IDE. So the package path is, /Better Botz Astra Management CLI. Environment, got nothing so far. Actually, let's go ahead and add some environmental stuff. And I'm going to say, do username, username, Cassandra, and then password, Cassandra, and then local host or hosts. This will be where the database is. Local host. Now that's just junk entries right here, but it'll allow us to run it and have those environment variables set at runtime, as if we were like passing the variables into the tool itself. Let's see. CLI. What's it fussing about? Cannot find package, blah, blah, blah. Right, you can't find the package. Okay, let's do that too. Oh, let me. No? We just died. Well, anyway, okay, fix that in a second. The next thing we need to do is add, okay, so you can add the VCS stuff through here. And I'll go ahead and show the tool just so you can, in case it's useful. Import through the control browse, VCS, blah, blah, blah. Create, git, share project on GitHub. Let's do this. There's Nyancat working again. Like I said, Nyancat is badass. He does all the shit for us. The real hard worker. Yeah, we're gonna do origin, and then description. Let's do Better Botz management, CL administration CLI. Yep, there we go. Share it. And that should, let's not do that. Oh dear goodness. Oh wait, okay, not gonna do that yet. Oh, but it created a repo for me. Okay, but I need to get, let's get in here and do new, ignore, shit. New, ignore, and get ignore file, and then we're gonna do go, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, go. There we go. Generate, add, and then in here, I also want to add .IDE, idea, and then DS store for that Mac junk, and then we'll maybe add some other stuff later. That's also a plugin, by the way, so I don't want to add the version ones at the moment. So then I can either hit the shortcut key or come in here, and let's see, what is it? VACS. Go tools. I usually use the shortcut key, which is like Control-Alt-A or something like that. But it basically adds all this stuff to the next commit. Or you can do Control-K and or Control, what is it? Control-A-K, Control Power Key K. Oh shit, I don't know. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to find is the commit screen. There we go. So this is the standard commit screen. Quit chewing on stuff at the same time I'm talking. Here's the code I want. And I want to get ignore file sign. I'm going to reformat, rearrange, optimize, make sure it's nice, clean up, update copyright, please do. You can also sign it, like with whoever your email is, to make sure that you're actually the one doing the commit because of some whatever reason. So it's nice, good security on there. Yeah, so that's good. And then I can just do a commit, or I can do a commit and push. Oh, I didn't write a commit message. Of course, got to follow good practice, right? First commit, boom, and then do commit and push. Yeah. Thank you for being subscribed for 12 months. Good job, keep it up. Kicking ass, taking names, watching the pit. That's how we do it. How it is done. All right, it's up there. So theoretically now, theoretically, you know how that goes. So maybe not. We're gonna go up to GitHub. Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. It's on purpose though. Just want to make sure that people get credit and are, people know when I'm giving them a shout out for subscribing, or when they follow, or whenever they do donation or anything like that. Boom, big impact. I want to make sure it's really known. Yeah, exactly. See, like if I could do double sub day, I would do double sub, and it would be twice as loud. Screw 11, it would be like volume 22. The whole thing. It would just be bigger, better, more awesome. Oh geez, what did I call it? Better Botz, Astra Management, CLI. Did I get it right? Is it there? It is. Boom. Okay, we don't have a README. Let's let GitHub give us a README. Did I not press the button correctly? There we go. Okay, adding a README file. All right, so that's all fine and dandy. Let's go back over here and we'll get that file by doing is it update project? Merge the incoming. Yeah, sure, merge them. It's one freaking file. Don't be carried away. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then let's add a license file. License. What? I already have it. Oh, I guess it does this by default. It adds this thing, right? So in here, 2020. There we go. So now I'm the copyright holder, sort of, whatever. Let's put this. Did not want to do that. Let's add that to the get ignore, because we don't really want to add the executable. Better. Yes. Thank you for autocomplete. Y'all and your volumes. It's quiet again. It's all chill. It's super peaceful. Okay, main is done. Root is just the root thing. It's just going to give us all that stuff. I feel like removing all this stuff because it's annoying. But, okay, we have a CLI now. Let's use the generator. Actually, what's some good stuff? I'm going to want functionality for this, because basically what I'm doing is I'm going to add from a different perspective and give us this excuse to do a PR to the GoCQL project, so we can add Astra database as a service support to the GoCQL drivers, because right now we don't have public access for that. I mean, we at DataStax don't own the GoCQL repo. It's a completely public thing, but where did it go? This right here. See, we're working on a PR. We'll get there. What is it? Is it GoCQL, I think. Yep, that's it. So this is the driver for Go for connecting to Cassandra. It's a super solid driver. It's been around for quite a while. Blah, blah, blah. I've used it, etc. All this stuff's good. So anyway, it doesn't connect to our database as a service because Astra uses a security file. This little download secure connect bundle. I've talked about it on some previous things before, and we'll talk about that a little bit more at a future time. But right now, just wanted to mention that. And we also did the latest release. Yeah, so we did the latest release, and this latest release, the free tier is still there, so you can go sign up and use a free tier database. But also we have the you can pay for it databases, the big monster clusters, etc. And we still have the Dev Studio, which you can go in and it's notebooks, kind of like for Jupyter notebooks, kind of like that. And you write CQL, pretty standard stuff there. And like, here's the database. This is my Better Botz database that I have in there right now. But if you go over to notebooks, let's just start a new one, and I call it, I don't know, new notebook. And then I can say stuff like select, command spacebar, bang, and it shows you what you got in there, right? So like all this stuff. Let's go look at like system schema, dot, control bang, and then I got some stuff there. You know, the whole list of stuff. Is it tables? Dot tables. Let's do select asterisk from system. Oops. Dot schema. Oh, I'm in BB, so it doesn't have to do the key space. Usually, if you write this just in an app in general, you have to say BB dot, because that's the key space name, and then you can run it. And then I think that should let me run it. Oh yeah, it does. It's right there. What? Why? That's weird. Oh, there it is. Let's look at tables. That's what I was trying to do. Yes, this system schema is the key space name. No, wait, that's the key space, and this is the... Oh, yeah. I have to redouble the key space because it's a key space outside of this key space. If it was just a BB, one of the key spaces in there, or I could change it here in the app, and then I wouldn't have to put this, right? I'm explaining this in a very confusing way. So anyway, if you have the key space specified here, you don't have to specify the key space before the table. Otherwise, you have to specify select whatever columns from the key space dot table name. It's the same as if you're in a relational database with SQL and you write select asterisk from database name dot whatever the table is, or database name dot namespace dot table. So anyway, there we go. There's our tables, and then we can even do a key spaces, I think is one. Yep. There. Oops. Come back here. Ah. Shit. Now I messed up the whole thing. Oh, and casing isn't important in this either. But let's do like a ID, key space, name, table, name. And one of the reasons I'm showing you this is because from, let's do system, no, wait, yeah, tables, semicolon. All right, okay, so that shows that. We got all that stuff now. But let's say, oops, undo that. There we go. So now that I have that command, I can also go back in here, and one of the things we've added is you can just bounce right into the SQL console. Aw, mine broke. Okay, forget that one. Sorry, my apologies. I'm gonna back out of this real smoothly now. Anyway, yeah, so that, oh, you know what I need to do? My database is old. Yes, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. I don't want to do CWS. I'm going to do AWS. And then I'm going to do US West. Yeah, let's do US West 2. Sweet. Can finally have a database in the local place. I'm already using, let me get rid of the free tier database. Database name, BB. Oh, it's actually spelled out. Better. Get out of here. All right, Better Botz. Okay, so that'll start terminating. One of the things we can do with our system, which is a pretty badass feature, is once you create a database, if you want to decrease the cost to like 5 cents a month or whatever, let's say you have a big giant database, you can park it, and parking it will kind of do exactly what it says. It'll park the database, turn it all off, and thus you are not charged for it, but then you can just easily turn it back on when you need it. So like for dev databases, things like that, really good feature. So let's get in here and, there we go. Now I can do a free tier. Oh, just have two zones for that. Okay, anyway, we're gonna create Better Botz. The key space name is gonna be Better Botz. No, I'm gonna go with BB again. So I'm basically gonna recreate the thing. So Better Bot, and then we'll go with Better Bot, exclamation point, Better Bot, exclamation point. And then I can launch the database. Now the cool thing is, like, I just did this and I just told you what my password is, but what's cool now, when the connection details come up, I'm the only one who can actually get the connection packet. So like y'all can't do that. And I just told you that password, but it doesn't make any difference because you can't get in here anyway because you don't have auth credentials for any of this stuff. It's kind of neat to be able to have basically a zip file of all the security credentials and the piping and all the other path stuff that needs to be used to get to the database like that. Because then I can show you and I don't have to give away all my secrets. But you know how to do the same thing because you're watching me do the same thing here on the site. All right, so that, oh look, is it done already? It's much faster. Yeah, there we go. Magic. So now we have a CQL shell right here in the browser, and we could do stuff to the database, which is pretty badass. So now eventually we'll get more support, and you'll be able to use this in Goland too. You'll be able to go to your database and pick data source, Apache Cassandra, and like right now, really the only way that I can connect to something is to connect to my local host or to something that uses the standard username and password and host path. But with Astra, we have that added file security bundle that you need to have. But anyway, I kind of am prepared for this. Or not get status, Docker PS. Okay, I have a image called, what is it? I think it's this one. Let's do that. Docker start that one. Yes. Yeah, it's running. So now, with that one, you should be able to go in here, database, Apache Cassandra, localhost, probably, oops, the default stuff should work. And yep, good to go. If there's any updates needed for the driver, the IDE will tell you right here, which is pretty sweet. So there, now we're connected to my local database, not the remote one. And we can do things like, let's create a key space. Yeah, let's say, let's call it Better Botz, like that. We're gonna mimic what it is. So now this is the one catch with this one CQL thing when using it here locally like this. Now I'll show you what it is. Let's hear. So CQL create key space. The plugin doesn't know how to create this part, the JSON part that tells you specifics about the replication, the writes, and that kind of jazz. So let's go down here. I'm just going to copy this one. And so create key space, blah, 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 with replication, that stuff. So we're going to do create key space, blah, 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 with replication. See, it already starts filling it in. That's hilarious. And then we have replication factor 1, simple strategy. This only works for the local database. The remote database will have to have different settings, but we'll talk about that later. This will get us started here. Let's get that error message out of here. There we go. So now we got DB. We can start adding tables now. And I can do it through the interface like this, or I can use a CQL statement. And yes, I am saying CQL as in Cassandra Query Language, not SQL as in Standard Query Language, which doesn't really mean Standard Query Language. It just means SQL because it was originally called SQL, the word SEQUEL. But yeah, legal reasons, blah, blah, blah. They just named it SQL, so you would accidentally say SQL all the time. But CQL is not SQL. CQL is CQL. It stands for Cassandra Query Language. But anyway, I digress about the pedantic nature of SQL and CQL. All right, we got that in there. And then, oh, I deleted that database, had all my stuff in it. That's okay, I have it in a GitHub repo. So yeah, but more of this. So we got this in there, and then we want to create some CLI stuff. Let's say, what kind of commands do we want? We want a couple different ones. So in this, we started a blog series, myself and, well, I didn't write it. Adam, part of the crew, wrote the blog series. I've been contributing some of the technical bits, but all the writing is his. And let's see here, where is it? Oh, dev.2 is one. And you should go out and subscribe to this, by the way. Better Botz on dev.2. Here's our first blog entry for it. So here, put it in chat. And yeah, so our first entry here, we start off, we like describe the story. You know, Better Botz believes that robots can help improve the health, prosperity, and well-being of human beings across the world. Because clearly us humans aren't doing a good enough job. I mean, just look at our response to this virus. But I digress again. If you're wondering, I haven't had an energy drink today. I have had 0 energy drinks. And I haven't had any coffee. So I'm extra spastic. Cappuccino don't even count. It's like 20 caffeine, 20 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, I forgot I had a cappuccino. I was lying. But really, 20 milligrams to me is like nap medicine. No, that's fine. That's fine. I have a heckler over here, if anybody's curious. My buddy Joe is hiding in the corner, sitting on the couch, writing some code. And by the way, anybody and everybody is welcome to come sit on my couch anytime during the stream or whenever and heckle, and or even join the stream or get in the chat and start shit, whatever they want to do. I'm totally cool with that. Yes, so anyway, this blog entry talks about doing some of the like default stuff with Astra. And talks about the CQL shell, etc. And this is what I'm building off of. Right now, we've got, in this blog entry, we talk about building 2 tables, right? I'll actually steal these. We'll go ahead and build these tables. So if we look at here, let's build them locally. All right, let's put that in. And then we're going to run these suckers. Execute. And that's going to say, which one do I want to execute? Let's execute products first. Oh, what's my food? Okay, how do I rename a key space? Wait, actually, let's just make a new key space. Call it Better Botz. Where's that other stuff? I already forgot that SQL, create key space. There we go. Throw a paper coffee filter at the heckler. Hear that, Joe? You're gonna get a coffee filter thrown at you. He said he's gonna wear it as a hat. Oh shit, that's too funny. Oh yeah, bolt thrower. You know, just to go full OCD. There you go, bolt thrower. Right, total freaking grindcore band. You know, they need a video where they have like the actual Warhammer 40K stuff. The fifth crusade. Yeah, this stuff is total boat thrower craziness. Eternal War. Yeah, okay, I'm not even looking at that. But do y'all know what Warhammer 40k is? If you don't know what Warhammer 40k is, you definitely should know. Because it's one of those ultimate nerd games. It's pretty badass. So it's a board game like this, right? But there's also some badass cinematic trailers out there that they put together. Like this one. This one's pretty badass. Okay, we're gonna watch a trailer real quick. Was this the badass one? Oh, this will be the badass one.
In darkness,
Yeah, see, total, like, weird, trippy
I shall
death
be light.
everywhere. It's so freaking metal. Where's the other one?
In times of doubt, I shall keep faith. In throes of rage,
Oh, this is not too bad.
I shall hone my craft. In vengeance, I shall have no mercy. In the midst of battle, I shall have no fear. In the face of death, I shall have no remorse.
Yeah, so real heavy war crap in Warhammer 40k. Totally brutal stuff. And that's like not even... It's not even the most violent cinematic thing for them. Let's try to find a different one. But anyway, y'all get the idea. So that's like my ad. It's not even a freaking ad though. I should have like hit a button. I wish I could hit a button in Twitch that says play this kind of ad for whatever. Instead of having to like do whatever specific one the stupid thing is. MechWarrior Middle Earth. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. What happens if I type that? Middle Earth. Battletech lore equals Middle Earth MWO. Yeah, so I've been playing Battletech too a lot, which is pretty badass. But yeah, it's pretty much that. Eternal war. Everything is war all the time. Which honestly doesn't sound too far from, you know, reality. Except we're not on multiple planets yet. Once we get onto multiple planets, I'm sure humanity will find a way to have freaking war all the time, everywhere. And that'll be existence from then on. Where in the world? Yeah, wow. So that's a pretty good search result, you know. You just get endless MechWarrior Middle Earth. I wonder if I type Battle Tech Middle Earth. Yes. Yeah, anyway, so back to what I was doing. In here, oh yeah, create key space. I wanted to go back in here, and then, oops, I had it open right there. This thing really should add this part. So get on there, yeah. So Better Botz. Now we just have another key space. Then I don't have to worry about this one, or I could do drop. If exists, drop cascades top, reformat, whatever. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Okay, so now I should be able to run these. And you can select them all and hit the run button, and it's going to run both. Or like what I did earlier where I just hit execute, it's going to ask you which specific one to run, right? So they're just random again. Either way, got two tables now, there and there, products and orders. And in the blog entry, one of the things we added was a few bits of data. So this is just the basic bot stuff, which makes sense. We were just talking about MechWarrior and BattleTech. This fake company is going to be a perfect MechWarrior supply chain management company for the BattleTech universe. You know, not that we're doing that. No copyright infringement. But yeah, anyway, we could totally play off of that. It'd be badass. So got those tables added, but then let's add stuff to them. And again, I'll just run this. Oh, and it says, what? No, run everything. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. I don't understand what the IDE is doing here with the plugin. Like, I guess it's showing the results for each of these like that just happened. But we can just say now, select asterisk from products. Oh, see, in this situation, I need to make sure to state the key space name, products, semicolon, and then run that puppy. There we go. So we have some data in our database. This is our local database. Then Matrix, Star Wars, then Dune, then finally 40K. Yeah, pretty much, right? Terminator, The Matrix, Star Wars, then Dune, then finally 40K. So which planet is Earth in Star Wars? That's what I've always wanted to know. Like what is most Earth in Star Wars? Because it makes sense. Like if we go Terminator and then Matrix, because like the Matrix is a perfect example of, well, clearly we've completely screwed up the environment, and the only way for humanity to survive is actually to become the plant food for the robots that are managing the universe and the planet until something else can happen, right? And way, way, way far in the future, then we finally get into this thing like Star Wars. We've already created like some magic stuff called the Force or whatever, some pixie dust crap. Yeah, perfect. Alderaan would be it. It's like, it got mooshed, exactly. But, just as it recovers, the Empire forms from the ashes of the Republic, which is a distant idea of some democratic republic on this other planet from 1 billion years ago on Alderaan, but they call it Alderaan because they forgot how to pronounce Earth or something. And everybody woke up from the machines and blah, 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 and turned them all off, but the machines are really the Force because we've turned them into nanobites, right? Or something like that. Nanobots, I mean. And then, boom, Star Wars happens. 1 billion years later, Dune happens. And then finally, we just all give up, and it becomes 40K, Warhammer 40K. I like that. I think you have thus become the oracle of the future Haggishunk. I'm gonna actually just go with Haggy Shunk. How's that? Does that work? Haggy Chunk? Haggy Shunk? Haggis Hunk? That's so hard to say. But then, of course, I tried to say David Dev. I think the first time, and then I just went with Dave Dev. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. It's on one of those videos from back with the Go 1 billion years ago. Back when it was snowing. Okay, so anyway, products. We have products in there. And then we want to do this online. And it's easy. We just go in here, boom, copy that. And with the CQL shell like this, we can just kind of, whoops. Wait, where did it go? We're in, what did I call it here? Did I call it BB or? Oh yeah, I did call it BB here. So what I would have to do for this one Let's copy this. Whoa, what did I do? Ah, I broke it. I have to log back in now? Ah, phooey. I guess you gotta stay in place there. No. Okay, there we go. How do I guess I get to learn how to. Okay, that's not gonna work. I need to. Let's open up the quickie. So this is where I use code still, right? So even though, like, I use the heck out of Goland IDE, I go in here and I use code for those quick things like that. There we go. And then, oh yeah, let's go back to this one, and then we'll grab this. Oh, but I already closed code, but let's add it here. So that way we can't confuse production and test, can we? Because I've done goofed up the names. Oh, and I guess clear works. I just typed that. I didn't even think about it. Does ls work? No, that would be ridiculous. Clear. So then let's do select asterisk from schema. Oh, what is it? Did I have the other thing? Yeah, I do have it open. System schema. System schema dot tables. Oh, did I need to do that? Yeah, there we go. So there's the system tables, and then let's do Better Botz dot products, and then there we go. Let's do some select statements. What? Ow, phooey. I don't want to do. I just want to do this, and then edit, find, replace. Yeah, so better. It's Better Botz dot. Used to be Better Bot dot. And then come back here. Replace all. Okay, so now we can do a select asterisk from Better Botz dot products, and we should get, there we go, the results. Nice and color-coded like the CQL shell does. So that's one way to do it, and of course, like we did over here, you can get basically the same thing. Dot tables products. Oh, it's not system schema. BB. There we go. Nope. B. Well, now it's stuck on that. But it should run because it says BB. That's weird. Let's refresh it. Oh, no, I broke it. Okay. Oh, I restarted this stupid thing. Yeah, I guess you only get one shot at logging in. Oh, I didn't want the default one. Let's look at that. Let's go back to notebooks. Let's create a new one. new queries and stuff. All right, so there we go. And there's that. Run it, and we should get something's real laggy there. Release the Dave D username. Yeah, I wish it would release my thrashing code username too. I'm the one who freaking owns it. But anyway, I digress. There needs to be like a I own this thing and want to swap with another thing. Ah, there's the query. That was strangely long. Not sure why it's taking that long. That's fast. That's, I don't know, maybe something's spinning up somewhere still. That's probably what it is. All right, so next thing I want to do, we want to add some commands. Cobra add. So I'm going to get back into Goland land here. We got our databases set up. One's BB, one's Better Botz. I'll probably change the names to be BB. Actually, to be Better Botz, I mean, whatever the blog entry says, just so it's less confusing. Yeah, should do that. So anyway, I'll do that. I'll do that offline, though. I don't need to repeat all that crap in front of everybody. But we have our local host one set up. We got our online one set up. And let's see here, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. This one, is this one good? I don't remember. I wish I could control the back and forth on this. Okay, so what functionality do I want? So far we have products and orders. Oh, and we need to be feature space feature feature domains. Product management will be, let's see here. Let's see here. What do we need around this? We need to add product, deprecate product, delete. Oh, Robert Tables is swinging in with 33 viewers, 34 viewers. I don't think Stream Elements really knew how many viewers there were. So we can roll with that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Writing a little Go, writing a little CQL. Hello, Lily Hazel. Hello, Robert Tables. Hello, Codephobia. How is everybody today? How are everybody? See, this is where I think we need to create a new word. We'll call it is-are. So that way, when you don't know which one to use, you can just say, how is-are everybody? Sounds nice and slang. Hypnotic Noah, welcome to the pit. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, exactly. How is our everybody? I think that'll work. I think everybody will know what I'm saying. It'll go with all the other stupid shit that I say all the time. Okay, so everybody imagine that you have a product table and you're trying to think of things that you need to do to the product table. Not specifically CRUD stuff, but things that a business would want to do to its products list. I don't even think we really want to have a delete, because we want to keep things for historical reference. So let's say deactivate product. Wait, how do you say you? Maybe we just make it active. Active. Yeah, so activate product. Deprecate product, activate product, add a product, edit product. Yeah, I think so. Those are the things. So, like, think of the product as something where you want to keep it there for historical purposes to know what was previously ordered. For instance, like if somebody ordered Whiz Bang Thing X, and then 3 months later, Whiz Bang Thing X was deprecated and not sold anymore, but the product was still shipped, you know, to whoever. But if we make a shipped table, does that matter, right? So like if we have a shipped table, we would have that product information. Maybe. I don't know. That depends. Depends on how we're managing it. Like if we're doing Kafka and we're doing like a Kafka database, like some people seem to be doing now, where they basically have the known state of anything at various points, and then they can trace back through that state, versus actually storing just various points of state in a database. We're going to do this. This is going to be simpler. I'm just going to go with various fields on the table that will designate whether that product thing is deprecated or active or whatever. So, oh, wait, whoops. Let's do that, and then we'll do admin delete product. Okay, I think that'll work. So let's say, oh, let's do orders. Orders management. Do add order. And then update order. Actually, this should be update too. Update order. Cancel order. And admin delete order. Update order, cancel order, add order. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But then let's add another table too, and we'll call this table shipped management. Actually, let's call it, oops, shipping, not shopping, shipping management. There we go. And then add shipped status, update shipped order. Do an admin delete order. And actually, from the company perspective, we do shipped, but does that mean it's gone? Or, yeah. And by the way, Robert Tables, I am doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully no coronavirus striking over here. And I hope you get good food. Good food. I love that gopher with a heart. It is a great gopher. Gopher. On Twitter, I use the... Okay, all. Help me out here. What is this gopher? It's from a movie, and I can't think of the name of the movie. This is the tweet I did earlier. He's like chilling. He ran through the golf course yard. He like nukes the golf course or something. And then like some of those comedians that were funny, not funny back in the 80s or something, chased him around, tried to blow him up with dynamite. Yes. Caddyshack. That's it. I knew somebody would know. I knew it. What is this? Oh man, everybody's liking and retweeting the stuff that's gonna get me in trouble. Anyway, that's my life. My life is being in trouble. Let's see, what is it? Okay. So we kind of did all the stuff in that blog entry. So check it out. If you haven't yet, go follow Better Botz on dev.to. That is the whole story thing that the team is putting together at DataStax around our Astra database, however you say it, database as a service product that we've been putting together. We released some new bits in there recently. I was showing those a little earlier. The CQL shell gives you a shell where you can log in and basically execute CQL statements directly against the database that you have. And also you can go in, this is the shell, and then you can go in and use the studio here too, which is just over in this button. So when you log in, you basically get this screen, and then you say create database. And there is a free tier database, which you get one of, which I used right here, Better Botz, EB. Put a couple gigs of stuff in there, play around with it, do a good proof of concept. So pretty slick. And then you can even do things like, I'm gonna go park it. This means, well, it's a free database, right? So like I don't really need to park it, but you can click park database right here, and it'll basically park the database, i.e. store it. And then when you want to go active with it again, boom, you can go active, and just in a few seconds, you'll have the full database back online, even if it's like terabytes of stuff or whatever. So that was what I was showing from the database side of things. Otherwise, I've been using Cobra again to create a CLI, where I'm creating like a little management CLI. Think like green screen or 10 key or 24 function key command key keyboard. Oh, Robert Tables. Do you know where can you order? Sorry, I'm totally getting sidetracked. Keyboard. Wait, 24 function key, yes, keyboard, this one. But I want one, yes, I want one like this. Oh my God, look at this. Oh, that's even too high tech. Can I get an old one? So anyway, oh, here we go. Oh, that's monster, freaking monster. So the thing with the old function keys, it's like in the old COBOL systems. RPG, COBOL, AS400 keyboards. Oh, come on, give me some images. Yeah, so these old screens with like, this is what I'm thinking of. The CLI is for a system like this, where, yeah, this is the interface, where you're hitting function keys to get around in the screen, right? Like here it says F11, Berichtwissen, and Afsliden, F3, F12 is Analu, and I don't know what I'm reading. But anyway, yeah, blowing the dust off an old IBM AS400 server hack day. That looks so cool. So yeah, these things are all managed through the keyboard, like all the navigation, everything. There's no mouse, none at all. And they were the mainframes and mini computers. Oh, here you go, of the 90s. Up to the 90s, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was like 90s, not the 90s. But up to the 90s, they were still used heavily, and they're still everywhere. Like you can get a job right now writing AS400 code in COBOL or RPG or something. But yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, we're building the management interface. Think like, you know, somebody managing, it only existed in the Netherlands. What, the AS400? Oh, is that what I was reading? I didn't even think about it. Yeah, so the IBM AS400 was used everywhere. Basically, Western Europe, US, probably Japan has a bunch of them, I bet. That was the thing during the 80s. That was a super powerful system. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about what I was reading. I just started reading it. Yeah, and here's where Windows 95 screen for the AS400. Oh no, this is COBOL. No, RPG. No, wait, this is COBOL, right? Does anyone know how to change color of source lens to see you? This is RPG though. It's column based. Like, see this eval, right? That's writing out stuff, and then this is, yeah, that's renaming stuff. Yeah, RPG is so just, oh, I'm not a fan of RPG. But yeah, so RPG, COBOL were the two big things on the AS400, and COBOL is still one of the, like, it's one of the language stacks that has the most production application and application code out there still. And it's not going to go away. As long as you can buy things that'll emulate AS400s or whatever, companies are going to keep running it, because a lot of that code was some of the most solid code ever freaking written. And it does what it's supposed to do. So, but oh yeah, there you go, mini computer. This is a mini computer, right? Before we had actual desktop computers. Or no, the mini computers were around the desktop. Anyway, whatever. I don't really know that much about it. I wasn't really paying attention when I was like 2 or whatever. Oh, yeah, there it is. Mini computer. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. But yeah, I want to get a keyboard like that and do navigation for like 24 function keys. That would be insane. So, Robert Tables, you think you could do a keyboard like that? Build a custom one? You want to? Can I commission you to build a badass custom keyboard? Oh, or this. What is this monstrosity? The numbers are in the... Why are the numbers in the middle? I don't understand. I don't want the numbers in the middle. Anyway, whatever. What the hell? Mecha Pro Light. Oh, I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, it looks weird. Oh, it's like done up like old ruins or something. Yeah, so anyway, go follow this. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff. We're going to tie it into all sorts of things. So there's going to be a lot of code examples, a lot of different interesting things, tying it together as if it were a real business. Because we're going to treat it like it's a real business. It's going to be super awesome. And in subsequent streams here, probably not this week, but probably early next week, we'll be doing a stream to add a PR into GoCQL, to add some support to connect to Astra. Don't let your dreams be dreams. True. I tell you what, though. I've never dreamed about a 24 function keyboard, but it's probably going to happen. So I better get on it, or it will become a dream, and then it's just going to make me nuts. So time to get a keyboard sooner than later. So I guess modern keyboards with F1 through F12 are kind of a 24 function keyboard, in the sense that the function key just switches the F1 through F12 through to be F13 through F24. Is that what happens? And we just make a bunch of them feature keys now instead? Intriguing. I don't know. Could work. So anyway, we're going to be doing a GoCQL PR, and maybe even helping out with some of these PRs that are in here. Because let's see, we're add variant with timestamps. Time. What? That doesn't... Oh, I got to check that out sooner than later. Fix SQL scan. No. You can't do that with SQL. Shard awareness extension for cell. What? Okay, I gotta look at some of this stuff. Some of this stuff I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so we'll get some support added to that. Also, I'm hoping, keep my fingers crossed. Everybody else keep their fingers crossed. I'm gonna have a whole boatload of new open source projects and open source code that I'm gonna be developing on stream, probably all day, every day, real soon. Not all day, but you know what I mean. Like a good 4 to 5 hours every day. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Been doing the various political maneuvering that I need to do to make that happen. And at that point, I will most definitely be bringing you tons of coding, tons of open source stuff every day at that point. Instead of this like hit or miss stuff where I'm on sometimes I'm not, because I just have a lot of not code stuff I have to do every day. And that stuff I don't want to stream because it's boring, and plus I'd have to get a backpack and carry around like a little Predator drone camera and walk around and get in everybody's face, which, I mean, that wouldn't be a problem, but, you know, I don't want to have to like bother everybody about it. So that's the thing there. Anyway, GoCQL, and then here's the Better Botz Astra Management CLI. So follow that repo. So fork it, clone it, watch it, star it, whatever you do. Makes me think of that song. And then let's see. Okay, so we just did these things, so now we can add the commands. Let's do that. The commands so add a subcommand to a command. So let's add the base commands. We'll do the base commands as like product management, order management, shipping management. Like that. So let's get into the terminal, and then we'll do Cobra add product do this actually. Yeah, I'd better do it lowercase. Product. Cobra add order. Cobra add shipping. Or shipped. Shipping. Shipping? Shipped. Shopped. Shitted. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Oh, I didn't change the stream info to something useful. Oh no, that's fine. Go code, metal, more code. Yeah, okay, cool. So an order is shipped. If an order is shipped, it's shitted. I mean, it's shipped. Shipping. So if I want to manage that, what do I say though? Add ship status, update shipped, order, admin, delete order, add shipping status, add shipped, add shipping, details. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Shipped. I guess I'm going to just say add shipped. Add ship. Maybe there's different things here. So let's just do shipped. There we go, shipped. Okay, and then we got to do Cobra add. We're going to do add for add product. And that's going to be on -p command product, right? Or no, product command. Oops, product command, like that. And then we need one that says update. Am I doing right? Yeah, add. Update, deprecate. Activate. And then delete. And then we got ones for orders. So say order command. And it has add. Update. Cancel. And then delete. Shipped. Add. Update and delete. Update. Delete. There we go. All right. Go build. Let's see. Did we get a good one? Good one. Yeah. Right. Get status. So I was saying earlier, one of the things that's nice about Goland is you can do all your VCS stuff in here, and there's like this nice dialog, for example, that shows the diff actively in the window. Okay. Kind of goes above and beyond Visual Studio Code. Let's say we're adding the individual commands and sub-commands for products, orders, and shipped. It also does all these commit cleanups. Let's see your unversioned files. Oh, this is stuff I have not added. All those commands I just added. Okay, so let's add all that stuff. And we should be good. Oops, let's do a commit. And then we'll go ahead and fix my comment here. Now you can set this to be the same across the board with Cobra, where it'll fill out the template appropriately, because that's what all that is. They're all templates, right? But I'm just doing it the manual way because, yeah, I don't care. I like that little bass line, just dom, 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 dom. Okay, those are updated. These are our commands. And now the basic commands for each one of those is like go build, what is it? Better Botz. So there's our root one. See, it shows the different subcommands. So then if I do this and then order, say order called, and then because I know that there's those other ones that we added, it'll be like order add. See, there's philly. Oh, I wonder how it did. Ah, crap. So here's the problem with the code generator. So each one of these add ones that I did and each one of the update ones, it did it to the last of it. And then the update. Yeah, see, they're all the shipping one. They deleted the ones for the others. So let's do this. Let's, well, I guess copy, paste, add. Let's do, what is it? Product, or no, let's put product first because then it'll order it according to that. Product add. Yeah. And then delete. What do we do? Copy, paste, delete product. There we go. And then we got the shipped one, which is this one. So let's refactor, rename, shipped. And see, it adds root, ship to the root command, and then ship command gets an add command. That's how that works. Okay. Oh, these are going to be declared in this package. Right, so let's do add. Need to do add, refactor, rename, shipped, add command. Let's do the refactor. Oh, now I need to redo this. Shit. I know you see what I'm doing backwards here, though, what I messed up. So let's straighten those out, though. So we got this one. There's shipped. There's shipped add command. And this one is delete command. Let's call it refactor, rename, shipped, delete command. So refactor. So that's again one of the badass things about Goland is the renaming, refactoring stuff is far more powerful than the stuff in Visual Studio Code. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shipped, delete. So ship command adds add, and then ship delete adds ship delete. Now note, if you go over here to use where it says delete, and here where it says add, so add called, I'm gonna say shipped add called just so we can see it. Now when I go and say go build, so this is, oh yeah, shipped. Actually, let's do this. We'll say shipped. Then you'll see there's shipped called, and then shipped add called. So now it's nested correctly in those bits. So then, yeah, you know, anytime you get into a new language stack of any sort, it's going to be confusing. I mean, shit, Go killed me at first. Mainly because I was trying to make it be more than it was. Like, I wanted the contracts and the interface contracts and the functions to be like classes or something. I expected more. I was assuming that there was more to a lot of them than what there was. And then as I simplified it in my head and realized that a function is a function. Literally, you call it, you have params to pass and things that can come back from it, you know, return values. Once I got that in my head, it's like, okay, I get it. We're not like overwriting these things. And then adding the contracts and getting it out of the Java/C#/C++ type contract ideas made a lot more sense then. But up till then, holy shit, Go was stupidly confusing. Made no sense to me. I was like, what? Contracts don't make any sense. How do you pass a function to a thing to do the contract? I couldn't figure it out. It's making me nuts. But anyway, it makes sense now. A lot of that learning experience also is on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, under what the heck is it? I forget. I call my YouTube channel Thrashing Code. It's easier to find it by typing like Thrashing Code. Yeah, so there's me, which is of course the channel that's logged into. But you know, go subscribe to this. Hey, that's familiar intro music. But go subscribe to this. Got a bunch of videos in there, tons and tons of videos, plus all my vlogs that I don't put on Twitch. Stop auto playing. But I got DataStax C# hour. But here's the Go. Like basically, I went through 8. Was it just 8 episodes? Yeah, I did all that about a year ago, and just kind of went through all the basics. I went through this popular Go book. It's what I used to mispronounce Dave Div all the time, or Dave Div. I think I said Dave Div, or however I said it. And you get to see the snow in Seattle and all sorts of shit from a year ago to 11 months ago. It was a while ago. But I got other good stuff on here too, plus the meetups, all that kind of jazz. So go check it out. Go subscribe to my Thrashing Code. And if you haven't, follow me here on Twitch. I do this all the time. Code, metal. Metal, code. And I might even talk about bikes every once in a while. Stop doing that. So let's see here. I need to get the rest of these going on here. Oh yeah, update. Is that shipped? Yeah. So let's do that. Refactor, rename, shipped, update. And then here, I'll rename that refactor. Oh, Peter Penetov. You just subscribed and you didn't get the cool thing. What the hell? Okay, it'll probably pop up any minute. I bet you. Cobra, come on. Oh, what happened to it? I bet you Stream Elements will pop up any minute with really loud "thank you for subscribe" message, and also thank you for the subscribe. Oh, Codephobia, it should make you think of G.I. Joe. Because, hold on a second. Cobra, and then I bet you, yep, Viper is the config management, right? And then once you dig into this, you'll see all sorts of G.I. Joe names and stuff all over the place. It's hilarious. So Cobra and Viper, get it? Because it's like Go Cobra instead of Go G.I. Joe. Ha ha ha. And then somewhere, where's the damn thing? So they have this funny thing, but at one point it was like Cobra Commander was standing up there with his little gun and stuff. I bet you it's... No? The image was sitting somewhere in the repo. It's hilarious. But anyway, yeah. The whole thing is based off of like G.I. Joe stuff. I think they added stuff here to the list of things that uses Cobra. I know Kubernetes, Docker, well, Moby, formerly Docker, and Docker distribution use Go. OpenShift, yeah, I knew that. I didn't know some of these did. Of course, Yugo. That's cool though. Good jazz. All right, so let's get the rest of these named and put in here. Activate the part of product. You know what? I feel like the commands should maybe be partitioned to. It might be in the file history, Codephobia. I don't know. I feel like I should partition these commands to folders. I wonder if I can do that. What happens if I do that? I've never even tried. Let's say shift. Whoop, shit. Shift. No, because there's no point in doing a multi-level thing like that with the Go project because you're going to have them in a package anyway. So the package should be the folder name or something like that. So let's actually do this. Let's do this. Directory, we'll go shift. Then we'll go product. Actually, you know what? I am going to try to put these in here and see what comes of it. And then, oh, was it ship product order? So we'll go order, boom, and product, boom, and then shipped. And shipped actually has all these, so let's put that in there. Root command. What's that flipping out for? Oh, can I not do that? But if I put it back here, that fixed it. God damn it. Can I do this though? Oh, maybe. Let's do this. And let's do this. Okay. No. Okay, well, okay, that was a non-starter. Let's do this then. Root command. Oh, root command needs to be same directory. Let's do this. Let's do that. Go here. And then root command is in command. And then these are going to be all broken because they're off in La La Land. So let's try to do a it would be this. Unused import, but it's not an unused import. Oh, let's do this. Root command. No. Oh, because package changed to order. So let's change this to, whoops, shit, what did I do? CMD. And then, I should fix it, right? No? Oh, you pain in the ass. Okay, I'm gonna do this for now. Unless somebody knows immediately how to actually fix that. So this is product, factor rename, product, activate, and then refactor rename, product, activate, command. Product, order, deprecate, product deprecate, product deprecate, there we go. Order, oh yeah, order, and then this one is order cancel. So let's do refactor, order cancel. Is that all that I had on that? I thought there was more. Yeah, so shipped has add, update, delete. Product has activate, deprecate. Oh, I just didn't get to those. Okay. Let's do that. Go. Let's Cobra add. What should I call it? Add. Product command. Okay. Yep, that's right. So then I need to refactor this. Do product add. Refactor the command. Whoops. All this stuff. I'll explain all this stuff in a bit too. Just trying to get all of it ordered here. Product add command. Do refactor. I'm doing a command control A or command control alt A to add that to the commit. Or no, it is command alt A. Or not? No. Super thingy, whatever. Apple key alt A. Or alt, I don't know what the hell it is on the keyboard. Anyway, it's different in everything depending on how you key map your thing in Goland. So when you're using Goland, you can key map it however you want to. Okay, so what do I got here? I got product, add, product, oh yeah, product update. So let's go to terminal. Update. And then there's a delete one. Did I have delete? I don't. So delete would be the next one. So delete now needs to be okay, I'm gonna start shortcutting it. Shift F6. Oh, do I not have that? Yeah, was it? I don't even remember my own shortcut keys. Refactor. Oh, yeah, it is Shift F6. Anyway, whatever. Product update. So now I need to rename these two. Update command is product update command. Please do refactor, thank you. And then product, oops, product, shit, product update command. Oh, product delete command. What am I doing? What am I doing? Product delete command. Okay. So this, by the way, this Friday I'm going to do beer coding. So if I hadn't succumbed to coronavirus, coding on Friday will involve beer. So come have a beer with me on stream. I'm not drinking beer right now, strangely enough. I'm not drinking, I just drink this weird plant food thing. Power of our market-driven regeneration business model to regenerate ecosystems and create vibrant communities. I don't know. Anyway, I drank a thing, but it's not beer, it's not alcohol, it's not really an energy drink, it's just a thing. It's quite boring now that I think about it. Let's create a build script too, just to have one. Why not, right? Build it. It's gonna be go build -o. Name is gonna be called BB management. So that name's the executable. That's all it does. That's all it does. So terminal, bounce in there, sudo ch mod to create, right, build it. Oh, no, wait. You gotta do whatever to build it. So I can do this, boom, does build for me, and voila. And then also I can go up here and probably get this crap to run now. Let's do this github.com/adrian/better Botz. Oops, Astra. What was it? mgmt-cli. It sounds like somebody just rolled a table over my head. And then let's see, another one. I want to do a shell. Shell script. Run named. We'll do what did I just call it? BB management. Build. Script path. It takes a really long time to come up. Better Botz. Management CLI. Build it shell. So open that. Interpreter Zush. Yep, sounds good. And yeah, I'm using Zush. I got a new Mac using Zush because it came that way. And I'm fine with that. Like I have this cool template of my command line right here, my terminal. So as I was saying earlier, even though 12-pack case of Madrinas coffee. Can I Google that? Is that safe? Does that work safe? Madrinas coffee. I gotta be careful what I Google. I've been Googling some shit at work, or not at work, but like on a video conference, and that's just not. Like I even have Safe Search turned on just so that I can be a rated G, well maybe PG or PG-13 person at work, and holy shit, words are dangerous. I hate the idea of paying for an idea. Well, first off, it's far more powerful than Visual Studio Code. I know Visual Studio Code is super cool. Everybody likes free shit. Well, I guess everybody. I like to pay for shit because I'm weird, I guess. But also, I assume entitlement when I pay for stuff. But yeah, I have a subscription, which is evident when I click on this, to JetBrains Toolbox. Oh, Goland needs updated. But anyway, I got AppCode, which is the thing for Swift and Objective-C. DataGrip, which is purely about writing CQL and SQL on databases. Goland, which is what I've been using to write Go code, very focused Go IDE. A lot of the refactorings that I was using just now are things that are available in Goland. And you saw the create options for the files, different things like that, where I just built a shell script. It knows what a shell script is, things like that. Does it do well with SQLite 3? It does. So a miniature version of DataGrip is basically this plugin, the database plugin, where you can go in and I don't know, actually I don't think everybody had joined just yet, but it generates CQL for you. Okay, it'll also generate SQL for you. And here's one of the badass things about this. So this knows I'm using an Apache Cassandra database, which is why I have a key space instead of a database, like create database. And here's your data sources, some of your stuff, right? So here's SQLite. And I bet you it's probably pretty updated with SQLite 3. I'd bet at least $50 on it. The SQL Server, good, I've used it. The Postgres, good, I've used it. The Oracle, I'm not that fucking evil. MongoDB, I've toyed around with that. Their query stuff is different. It's not like SQL-ish. So I don't, like, I'm not familiar enough with their query language stuff to say that this does it really well. But, hey, you see it. It's right there. It's right there on the screen. So, got support for that. And then every other freaking thing you can think of practically, like Exasol. I don't even, is that a SQL type variant? I don't know what that even is. ClickHouse, still, yep, I'm pretty confused. Hive, that's that Apache thing, worked with Hadoop stuff, whatever. Redshift, Derby, etc. And there's other plugins you can go out there and get, so this list can get way longer. This is the one, when you enable the database connection by default with the IDE, boom, these are the ones you get out of box, right? So pretty powerful. Yeah, so like Codephobia, if you went and got DataGrip or this, or any of the IDEs really, and you tried it out, I'd love to know what your thought is after hacking at it for, a couple hours and digging into it, seeing if it really creates tables or data structures or whatever, and really writes out queries in an effective way for you as a developer, to know if it's any good, right? Like, so I can tell you for a fact it's pretty solid for CQL around Cassandra, and then all the standard SQL relational database stuff, spot on, does really good. And it'll also generate schema diagrams for you, things like that. So a lot of powerful stuff that usually, like with Microsoft or Oracle's tools, is going to cost you a multi-$1,000 processor core license or a developer license or something like that. And this is, I don't know, $100 if you buy the IDE by itself. If you get a subscription, I think it's like, for an individual developer, you can get a subscription to every one of these IDEs that I just listed here. Because I also got the IntelliJ in case I got to do Java. I got PyCharm in case I got to write Python, because that happens. Writer is C# and by proxy F#, COBOL.NET, and every other .NET thing you can think of. Yeah, they do have 30-day trials on all of this. WebStorm is, of course, the Node.js/JavaScript focused one. And then they have some stuff I'm missing, like they got the Studio. CLion is C++ specific. PHP, of course, for people writing PHP. And then there's, what am I missing? You mentioned it, Robert. Oh, RubyMine. Yeah, RubyMine. That was, like, I wrote all my Ruby code back in the day in RubyMine too. Like, I wouldn't even not use it. Partly because I didn't know the ecosystem that well. And I'm just like, this takes care of so much shit, and the whole Ruby gems thing, it just managed all that beautifully. So another one of the things here in Goland, like if you go to preferences, you can kind of see where it's got its hooks in the Go ecosystem for Goland, and each one of the IDEs, this is the key part that is different. Every one of the other IDEs is almost the same when it comes to like key map, editor. This has like all your font formatting stuff in there, right? Stuff like that. The plugins are also they're all available to all of the IDEs, okay? Because all the IDEs share a base core. So you can go get your material theme, your makefile support, Kubernetes, CSV plugin, Idealog. You can go get your, where's that? Nyan progress bar. You got to have that because Nyan Cat's the baddest ass thing ever. Toml, which helps write all sorts of stuff. Docker, that's bundled in there. These are the bundled plugins now. So a lot of good stuff. At the very beginning of this session too, I just did a push out. Like, you can log in with your GitHub account, and from here you can just say like name, create repo. Boom, goes out to GitHub, creates that repo in your GitHub account for yourself. Oh yeah, the test reporter. The test reporter was hilarious in NPM or whatever, where you like NPM test or Mocha test or whatever. That was a good one. So then up here though, in like the core functionality here for Goland. So in here, see, you got these things. Oh yeah, shows options. That's what to do. That kind of organizes your structure. Like in IntelliJ, it organizes the structure of the Java application based on the convention of how a lot of people organize that, like com.microsoft.java app or whatever. It follows those things. Whereas this, it gives you the option to follow what it shows right there. It's like rename directories based on this, packages this, so it keeps your directories and package names aligned. Then your root, like if you set a Go root, it would show it here and give you the path options around it. This lets you set a global Go path and project level ones, which I don't have set. I don't actually have this global one set. It's specific to the IDE. One of the beautiful things about the IDEs, this one, Python, others, is it will kind of basically set you up a virtual environment for every one of your development environments, which makes it so you don't have to dork with your actual system. Like, you don't have to set up environment variables. You don't have to set up Go paths. You don't have to set up all that shit on your actual system. You can just do it in the IDE. And that's done between basically this at the global level. Like, here's some build tags, vendoring for that support, right? You can set up DEP integration to do dependency module management through DEP, or like I do is I enable Go modules. So now that I've done that, I'll hit apply, okay, and then let's go in here and do Go, well, I have to type it right, Go build, and then should pop up, nope. I'll fool you. It'll add the Go, maybe it just didn't refresh this right, but it'll add the go.mod and that kind of stuff that you need for module support. And then, yeah, imports, these various things, project structures, Oh yeah, it lets you add, excluded, or, you know, basically provide more information about your project structure. And then the other thing is, what was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. So, keeping things separate from the system itself, like you go in here, and under environment, these are environment variables, right? I got username, password, and hosts. So now I don't have to have that in like my bash profile or my bash RC or my Windows, well, wherever the hell it goes in Windows. I guess in your, like, click on something, start, settings, pro, whatever. Windows users will have to figure that out, sorry. But it's somewhere in the settings. Somewhere in the settings you go in and you can set path and environment variables and all that stuff. So that's basically what the IDE provides you at a core level. Like, that's where it starts to be very different than the other IDEs, which in turn is also super powerful. Like, that gives you a lot of ability to basically reflect and introspect against the code base that, like, Visual Studio Code is just not ever really going to have without some really shady mechanisms to do that. Like, it's going to have to do, yeah, the plugins are just going to have to be like really bulky and probably slow down Visual Studio Code as much as this thing is bulky, because these IDEs are Java. That's kind of weird, but it's one of the only ways to get IDEs to work completely cross-platform without much of a headache, at least back when they started doing this. So they have a really powerful Java user interface code base core around all of these IDEs. And I do highly recommend them. I use Visual Studio Code too. It's down here on the bar, see, bloop. But, like, it's good as a quick text editor. It's good for Markdown. Like, I use the hell out of it for Markdown. Right? Like, boom, 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 boom. I got tons of notes that I write. Like, this is my notes project, matter of fact, meetings, right? But it's just not as powerful when it comes to these other capabilities. Now, the one thing I would add, if you're a C# developer and you don't mind being locked in tight, and just tightly coupled, and that's a different tight usage of the word. So locked in tight and tightly coupled to C# and the .NET framework and the Windows ecosystem. If you don't mind that, and that's not a problem, I would still say if you're going to write C# code and do things like Blazor and web development on C# or F# for that matter, one of the best IDEs you can get, hands down, is Visual Studio. Not Visual Studio Code, Microsoft Visual Studio, the thing that runs only on Windows and is written in, like, primarily, I think, C++ or something. That sucker is badass for that. But if you do other stacks, don't limit yourself. Don't get stuck on that in Windows only. It will create so many bad practices and bad behaviors in your software development that when you try to write Python or Go or C++ or many of these other things, the minute you don't have Visual Studio, you can't do software development. It becomes like this mental barrier because it provides so many ease of use enhancements to do development quickly. It literally becomes very difficult to do it anywhere outside of that. So very, very nice if you're used to and want to be locked into that environment, but it can become an extreme limiter if you want to do things outside of that ecosystem. Yeah, or basically anything, right. And I'd argue this, well, no, I wouldn't make the same argument for X Studio. Because if you're using X Studio, you have to kind of learn how to work within and across Linux, Unix-y type of environments to some degree anyway, just because of the inherent nature of it. VS Proj and MS Build files are madness. I kind of gave up on that a long time ago. Like if I can't get a default build to go in 10 seconds with like just some rudimentary basic stuff, like I won't even mess with the project anymore. Yeah, like they step out of that and they try to do a build and whatever, and it's just it's insanity. That's why I stick to purely command-line.net or JetBrains.net, because then I can switch from it to whatever other stack without any problem. I can run it on Linux, Mac, or whatever, and I know if I'm using the JetBrains IDE for .NET, I know it's .NET Core, I know specifically what I've done or haven't done, and I know by the fact that I'm running the IDE that I'm either already running on Linux or Mac, and by default, it's going to run on Windows no problem from that point of view. Someone might completely mutate it and turn it into some weird shit with Visual Studio at some point, but having that as a starting point on Mac or Linux is very powerful if you want to ensure that you have real, true cross-platform capabilities. That's kind of another good policy to follow. Like if you can't put it in a container and run it with a command, just don't. Just stop right there. Like something is already wrong in a pretty significant way. Like if you need an entire OS, a full OS and a full ecosystem and all sorts of other stuff, forget it. I mean, you know, basically if you can't build it and ship it in a container, that app or service or program has an extreme ecosystem issue. Unless it's specifically a Windows application or a Windows game or something like that, then that's a different story. But if it's for a server or the internet or something like that, you need to be able to ship it in a container. Not VS Code, Visual Studio specifically. Here, let me this. So there's Visual Studio Code, but then there's Visual. Yeah, this thing. Right? Yeah, see there's code. Oh yeah, and then there's Visual Studio for Mac, which is the old Xamarin thing. Right, and that one's kind of neat too. But anyway, that one, whatever. But Visual Studio Code will run on any OS pretty cleanly too, no problems there. And then Visual Studio is the one that only runs on Windows. Does not run on Mac, does not run on Linux, only Windows. But it has the most elaborate, powerful development ecosystem and debugging and all that capability. Yeah, so if you're doing cross-platform game dev or cross-platform anything or any type of OS servers or internet servers or web servers, this is the thing you really want to use. Like if you use this, you're tying yourself to things that are gonna like, it could get confusing. You'll like ship it and be like, why doesn't it work? and you won't, and it'll just be like, well, Visual Studio did some weird arbitrary stuff to it. Like if it's just going to work on Windows, it's an amazing IDE. But the minute you have to work without that ecosystem, it's questionable. But with Visual Studio Code, you're good to go. Like it doesn't really do anything specific to tie you to a particular operating system. Right, that's a good way to put it, Robert Tables. Tables. I'm just going to start calling you Tables. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. And the JetBrains IDEs are all really kind of one IDE, but not really one IDE because each one is a master of that trade, and JetBrains covers all the bases. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to add this to the repo, and even though I have the VCS support in all these JetBrains IDEs, I don't use this stuff. When I do Git, I just do the command line 99% of the time because it is, for me, it is safer to do it this way. I don't mess stuff up then. If I go clicking around and I accidentally say like branch something or whatever, I lose track of what I do if I, yeah, exactly. CLI Git for the win. Woot woot. But yeah, if I try to use the interface, I end up accidentally branching shit, and I end up off on a branch, and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even know where I'm at. I'm lost. Oh, that's a good question with multi-language projects, because I've really fought. The problem becomes when the multi-language project ends up being in a monorepo. Like if you have Go code, Go project, and then you have like a Node project, and you have something else in a repo, that's broken the paradigm of how those stacks work, right? So then you have the IDEs fighting, but you also have the stacks fighting. So it's like, how do you build one versus the other? How do you prevent one's files from being in the other files, whatever? Do you put them in folders? Do you not put them in folders? Just like earlier, how I was trying to put stuff in folders here in the Go project. Like what happens if I try to organize it a certain way and then other stuff is in the project and then I have like another folder that just says Node.js project, right? So like when you monorepo stuff like that, you really got to have a really, really tight, strict way to look at the various pieces of the monorepo. And with an IDE, I would strongly suggest keeping a particular stack like in a directory so you can open up that particular project with just that one IDE, even if it's just Visual Studio Code. Just open up that directory from that directory of the monorepo with the IDE, so that IDE can pretend like that's the whole thing. Because then if you try to open up, especially like a JetBrains IDE or even Visual Studio Code, where it's going to try to introspect to a certain degree against all the files and everything in the folders, etc., and try to provide something valuable against all that stuff, you're going to bog it down really bad. And that's one of the things that is famous in Visual Studio. Again, not Visual Studio Code, but just Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio. .NET developers have traditionally and notoriously built massive projects with dozens or hundreds of projects within a solution. And each of those projects is like a folder and a set of hundreds of files and code and all this stuff. And the editor tries to get in there and introspect against all of that. And it just becomes a pile of utter, brutal, unmanageable shit. And I can't emphasize that enough. Just a big pile of shit. And then trying to get a build off of that. If you've ever fought with MS Build beyond like a solution file and a few projects, it becomes nightmarish very quickly. And if any of those pieces need to go to different environments, like a different OS or just a different Windows configuration or a different IIS configuration, totally nukes the whole thing. It becomes a massive problem. So first draft of commands. get remote HB. See, and there's me. Oh, it mapped me up with my username and password against HTTPS instead of using the get path. So it's not using the SSH key. That's an interesting thing to note about the IDE. So when you put in your account, it actually uses your username and password. Not sure how I feel about that, because I don't know how it's passing my username and password over the wire. But whatever, it'll be fine for now. Oh, it's gonna make me do this, and I don't even. Shit. I don't even know what my password is. So, see, I need to fix that now. We'll go out. Where's my? Come on, Chrome. Where's my Chrome windows? Probably have too many open. No? Okay. Hey, there it is. It just wasn't maximized. Boom. So I want the get path. Get remote add origin. Boom. Nikki, thanks for the follow and welcome to the pit. Just do that, yeah. And get push master. No, don't show that. So anyway, I guess I should just do a go mod init github.8 adrin / Better Botz Astra management.cli. There we go. So now I got the mod file in there, yeah. Okay, and then Command Alt A or whatever your command key combo is. Git adding module support. Let's get push origin master. Boom. Yeah. Okay. I did it. Oh, okay, never mind. Sometimes the project path here doesn't refresh as fast as me doing stuff through the terminal down here. By the way, are y'all seeing my screen at a reasonable quality level? Like, does it look 1080p to you? Oh, I see what the problem is. So I'm looking at the monitor, the dashboard thingy, the Twitch dashboard, and it had auto quality, so it was putting it at like, I don't know, 160p, like a giant blurry pile of garbage. Cool. Okay. Just want to make sure y'all can see what the hell I'm typing. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap that up. Wrap that up for today. Cool. It should be 1080p. Ah, okay. So you'd like I had to click on it or whatever. So the question then becomes, who shall we raid now? Should raid somebody. Let's hear. Oh, he's playing Overwatch. This person rides around as a bike messenger in New York. It's pretty cool. He's got one of those backpack packs with like the little Predator video on him. So let's hear. Codigo Falado. Oh, come on, ads. Get out of here. Stragger. Eleface. Stragger. What? Yeah, go ahead. You want to watch me raid?
Yeah.
So here's my buddy Jinglish is here. I don't know if he was green screened or if it just looked like a nuclear explosion. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, we're watching an ad together on Hunters. I hear that's pretty good. Oh, you had to You probably have to know Spanish to be able to follow this fella. But good coding and project work he's been working on. I've been practicing my Spanish a bit. Oh, Chris is streaming. All right, so y'all pick. Who should we raid? Let's raid somebody. It's like a Kanban. This dude's got massive hair. I think he says in here you can bug him about his hair too. Oh, maybe that wasn't the person. Anyway, don't bug him about his hair. Then Jorchenheimer. What's he doing? Oh, he's doing assembly stuff again. First inspires 12. What is this?
Oh, that's
Oh shit,
first
what is this?
robotics league.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Okay, we'll raid them. Yeah, let's raid them. How do I raid again? I don't remember how to do this, y'all. It's been like a whole week. So I type /raid, then first inspires 12. Yeah, okay. So, on that note, y'all have a great one. I'll be back tomorrow. Kick ass as always, and happy thrashing code. See ya. Robert Tails. Giving me shit, man. Giving me shit. Anyway, see y'all.